Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Nelson for Catholic Newsbreak. Here's what's going on this week. In the news, we begin with news from the Vatican. This Sunday marked the first Angelus address for newly elected Pope Francis. Rome Reports spoke with pilgrims in a packed St. Peter's Square about how they felt about the new pontiff.
It seemed like there was no more room in St. Peter's Square or even along surrounding streets. Hundreds of thousands of people came to hear the first Angelus of Pope Francis. Early risers or just those who were lucky got a good spot, but mostly people saw the Pope from the large screen set up along St. Peter's Square.
Words of freedom, words of hopes, and that's what we want, what we need.
He seems to be a very nice man and very simple and kind and decent, and I think he'll do a really good job.
He has taken all of us by surprise by his simplicity and also his orientation towards the poor. Long live the Pope!
His simple and humble style seems to be conquering the hearts of people worldwide. In fact, this Pope seems to improvise quite a lot. He even forgot to say the Angelus in other languages.
Usually the Pope speaks in different languages, and we're hoping for that, but that's okay.
It's not a European, it's a worldwide. I think that's very, very important.
I love that his words are very simple. They touch everyone. He's a very humble Pope, very human and good, especially what he said today about mercy. After celebrating the Angelus, the Pope wrote on Twitter. He thanked the crowd and also asked them to keep on praying for him.
Looking now at news from around the world, March 24th marks the 33rd anniversary of the murder of Archbishop Oscar Romero, who was killed while celebrating Mass during El Salvador's Civil War. Now, with the election of the church's first Latin American pope, Salvadoran clergy are hopeful that the canonization of Archbishop Romero will move forward. Auxiliary Bishop Gregorio Rosa Chavez of San Salvador told Catholic News Service that the pontiff admires Archbishop Romero and believes the canonization process, which began in 1994, should be completed. Monsignor Jesus Delgado also told reporters that during a 2007 conversation with then Cardinal Bergoglio, he told him that if he were the Pope, the beatification and canonization of the slain Archbishop would be the first thing he would pursue. Archbishop Romero was a staunch defender of the poor and criticized the human rights violations of the military junta that ruled El Salvador beginning in October of 1979. That outspokenness led to his assassination. More news now on Pope Francis. Before he resigned, Pope Emeritus Benedict had a pretty packed schedule for 2013, a schedule that Pope Francis will now take on. Rome Reports takes a look at the upcoming events that Pope Francis will attend.
For now, Pope Francis will inherit the schedule Benedict XVI had lined up before his resignation. That includes World Youth Day in Rio, Brazil. It will take place in July 2013, and about 2 million youths are expected. The Pope is scheduled to arrive on Monday, July 22nd, and leave on Sunday the 28th. He'll have to decide if he will visit other Latin American countries on this trip. Argentina is of course a favorite, although he could also consider Colombia, Mexico, and Panama. A canonization ceremony where blesseds will be declared saints is scheduled for May 12th, where hundreds will be elevated to the altars. They include 800 martyrs from Otranto in Italy who were assassinated in the year 1480 because of their faith. In addition, another 2 canonizations will take place. They include Colombian Madre Laura and Mexican nun Madre Lupita. Pope Francis will continue the theme of the Year of Faith throughout 2013. There are many events arranged with this very theme. For example, on June 15th, the Vatican will have a World Congress for the Defense of Life, which defends life from conception until natural death. On May 18th, a meeting will be held in St. Peter's Square with the heads of different Catholic movements. These religious groups offer a concrete way of living the faith which attracts millions of people throughout the world. Among some of the most popular are the Focolare Movement, Communion and Liberation, and the Charismatic Renewal. On June 2nd, Pope Francis will participate in Eucharistic Adoration, which for the first time in history will be televised live throughout the world. Then on October 26th and 27th, thousands of families will go to Rome to reflect on how faith can help them with common, everyday challenges. In June, the Pope will have the first meeting with his nuncios. The goal is to fully understand the unique task of representing the Pope, who is both a political and religious leader. The new pope will surely update his schedule as time goes on, perhaps adding more audiences and meetings. During the last years of the pontificate of Benedict XVI, he had to reduce the number of events and activities because of his advanced age.
And finally in the news, the state Senate of North Dakota has passed a bill that would ban abortions for the purpose of sex selection or genetic abnormality. And they passed another bill banning abortion after the detection of a fetal heartbeat. The bills were already approved by the House and are waiting to be signed by Governor Jack Dalrymple. If the bill is signed, North Dakota would become the first state to prohibit abortion for reasons of genetic abnormality. The North Dakota Catholic Conference applauded the government's action and is urging the governor to sign the measures. The bill banning abortion after detecting a heartbeat does allow abortion to save the life of the mother, but prohibits it in the cases of rape or incest. If the bill becomes law, physicians would be prosecuted for violating it, not the woman who has the abortion. Opponents, such as the American Civil Liberties Union, say if the bill becomes law, they will fight it. The Prenatal Non-Discrimination Act bans abortions for the purpose of sex selection or genetic abnormality. The North Dakota Catholic Conference in a statement said the practice of sex selection abortion has led to the abortion of an estimated 163 million girls worldwide. Well, that is all the information we have for you this time. Please stay with Catholic TV for more Catholic news. Until then, I'm Kevin Nelson, and I'll see you next time on Catholic Newsbreak.